Hey everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm here from the Sachem Book Library, and we are doing our GSA Twitch stream. Um, so use the chat if you have any questions, or you can email me if you want to ask anything anonymously. My email is on the screen. I'll just drop it in the chat just in case it's easier. Hope everyone's well. And yeah, just wanted to touch base with everyone, see how you're all doing. It's been a crazy year, a while since we've met in person. So I wanted to first show you all some new books that have come out, books that have been published that are all kind of LGBTQ titles. And I'm just going to go quickly. We all have all available in our library, and you can install them from the county. So if we don't have it in stock, you can always get it from the library. So the first book is Books Ever After. And if you've ever read this book, any of the books I'm showing you, just drop in the chat. Let us know if you liked it or not. And this book is, I was just going to read a little brief summary. Felix Love has never been in love, and yet he's painfully aware of irony. He desperately wants to know what it's like and why it seems so easy for everyone but to find someone. What's worse is that even though he's proud of his identity, Felix also secretly fears that he's one marginalization too many. Queer, transgender, to get his own happily ever after. When an anonymous student begins sending him transphobic messages after publicly posting Felix's dead name alongside an image of him before he transitioned, Felix comes up with a plan for revenge. What he didn't count on, his catfish scenario linking him in a quasi-love triangle. But as he navigates his complicated feelings, Felix begins a journey of questioning and self-discovery that has redefined his most important relationship. He feels about himself. Felix After is an honest and layered story about identity, falling in love, and recognizing the love you deserve. So that's Felix Ever After. Up next is Cinderella's Dead. Cinderella is Dead is 200 years after Cinderella found her prince, but the fairy tale is over. Teen girls are now required to appear at the annual ball, where the men of the kingdom select wives based on a girl's display of finery. If a suitable match is found, the girls not chosen are never heard from again. 16-year-old Sophia would much rather marry Aaron, her childhood best friend, than parade in front of suitors. At the ball, Sophia makes the desperate decision to flee and finds herself hiding in Cinderella's mausoleum. There she meets Constance, the last known descendant of Cinderella and her stepsisters. Together they vow to bring down the king once and for all. And in the process, they learn that there is more to Cinderella's story than they ever knew. This first take classic story will make readers question the tales they've been told and root for girls to break down the constructs of the world around them. So that's Cinderella's Dead. And this one's by Gillian Byron. Alright. The next book, and these are fiction books. I'm going to do first fiction, and then the next later part I'm going to be graphic novels for those fans. This is Bruised. This is by the author of King, Queens, and In-Betweens. That's a good one. Bruised. Bruised is a mixture of comfort and control. Since Daya's parents died in an accident she survived, bruises have become a way to keep her pain on the surface of her skin, so she doesn't need to deal with the ache deep in her heart. So when chance and circumstance bring her to a roller derby bout. Dia is hooked. That's hooked. Yet the rules are confusing, and the sport seems to require a kind of teamwork and human interaction Dia generally avoids, but the opportunities to bruise are countless. And Dia realizes that if she's going to keep her emotional pain at bay, she'll keep her emotional pain at bay, she'll need all the opportunity she can get. The deep Dia immerses herself into the World Derby, though the more she realizes it's not the simple physical pain fest she was hoping for. Her rough and tumble teammates and her fans push the limits in ways she never imagined, bringing Dia to big books about love, loss, and healing. If you didn't know, there is a Long Island roller derby organization, so I don't know. I don't think they're meeting right now, but they're always fun to go to. The next book, All Boys Aren't Blue. This is by George M. Johnson. It's a collection of personal essays by journalist and activist George M. Johnson. He explores childhood, adolescence, and college years in New Jersey and Virginia. From the memories of getting his teeth in by bullies at age 5, to marketing with his grandmother, to his first sexual relationship, this adult memoir weaves together the trials and triumphs faced by Black queer boys. Both a primer for teens eager to be eyes, as well as a reassuring testimony for young queer men of color. All Boys Are Blue covers the topics such as gender identity, toxic masculinity, brotherhood, family, structural marginalization, consent, and Black boy. John's emotionally frank style writing will appear directly to host. All right. So next up is As Far As You'll Take Me. This one's by Phil Stamper. This is a story of finding the people who become your home. Marty arrives in London with nothing but his oboe and some savings from his summer job, but he's excited to start a new life, where he no longer is a closeted shy kid who slips under the radar and is free to explore his sexuality without his parents' approval. From the outside, Marty looks like a perfect fantasy. In the span of a few weeks, he made new friends, getting closer with his first ever boyfriend, and he's even traveling around Europe. But Marty knows he can keep up the facade. He hasn't spoken to his parents since he arrived. He's staring through his meager savings. His homesickness and anxiety are getting worse and worse, and he hasn't even come close to landing the job of his dreams. Will Marty be able to find a place that feels like home? Read it and find out. Next is Love is for Losers. 15-year-old Fee thinks falling in love is vile and degrading, and vows never do it. Then, due to circumstances not entirely under control, she finds herself volunteering at the local thrift shop. There she meets Emma, who had unwillingly upended her whole theory on life. This is a laugh-out-loud exploration of sexuality, family, female friendship, grief, and community, with the heart and hilarity of Netflix's critically acclaimed sex education. The sex-positive debut is required reading for Generation Z teens. Think of this as the Bridget Jones' Diary, if written by Bridget Starr. So, it is for losers. Okay. This is a girl I've been, and this is by Tess Sharp. And this one sounds really good. I might take this home with me today. Nora O'Malley's been a lot of girls. As daughter of a con artist who targets criminal men, she grew up as her mother's protege. When her mom fell for the mark, instead of conning him, Nora pulled the ultimate con, escape. 5 years, Nora been playing playing at normal, but she tends to dust off the skills she ditched because she has three problems. One, her ex walked in on her with her girlfriend, even though their friend Wes didn't know about her and Iris. Two, the morning after Wes finds kissing, they all have to meet to deposit the fundraiser money that they raised at the bank. It's a nightmare that goes from awkward to deadly because right as they enter the bank, two guys start robbing it. The bank robbers may be in trouble, but Nora's something else entirely. They have no idea what they're really holding hostage. So that's the girls' side of it. And last of the fiction books is Yesterday's History. Okay, so weeks ago, Andre Cobb received a much-needed liver transplant. He's ready for life to finally begin, until one night when he passes out and wakes up somewhere totally unexpected. In 1969, where he connects with a magnetic boy named Michael. And just then, just as suddenly as he arrived, he slips back into present-day Boston, where the family of donors waiting to explain his new liver came with a side effect, the ability to time travel. They've tasked their youngest son, Blake, with teaching Andre how to use his unexpected new gift. Andre splits time bouncing between the past and the future, Michael and Blake. Michael is everything Andre wishes to be, and Blake, still reeling the death of his brother, Andre's donor, keeps him at an arm length, despite obvious attraction to each other. Torn between two boys, one in the past and one in the present, Andre has to figure out where he belongs, and more importantly, who he wants to be, before the consequences of jumping in time catch up to him and change his future for the good. So, all right, and now the graphic novels. First one is called Flamer. So, the summer between middle school and high school, Aiden Navarro is away at camp. Everyone's going changes, but Aiden, the stakes feel higher as he navigates friendships, deals with bullies, spends time with Elias, a boy he can't stop thinking about. He finds himself a path of self-discovery and acceptance. This one artwork looks really cool. Next Flamer. This next one's really good. I really enjoyed this one. It's called Bingo Love. This one's a little older, I think. This one might be 2019, but this is 2018, but I wanted to share it anyway if you didn't know about it. Bingo Love is a story of a same-sex romance that spans over 60 years. A chance meeting through a church bingo game in 1963 brought Hazel Johnson and Mary together. Through their formative years, these two women develop feelings for each other and finally profess their love for one another. Forced apart by their families and society, Hazel and Mary both married young men and families. Decades later, now in their mid-60s, Hazel and Mary are reunited again at Bingo Hall. Realizing their love for each other is still alive, what these grandmothers do next take absolute strength and courage. Bingo Love is a touching story of love, family, and resiliency that spans over 60 years. This is a really great book. This next one, I think we really just got this in. It's called Oh Human. The artwork is really, really good in this one too. And this is based off a webcomic. Same name. And I'll just read this. So in the near future, people use technology to give the illusion of all kinds of body modification, but some people have Egon syndrome, highly sensitive immune system that rejects these and are unable to use them. Those who are affected maintain a natural appearance, reliant on cosmetics and hair dye at most to help them play with their looks. Tsunami is attracted to Austin the first time she sees her and is drawn to what she assumes is Austin's bravery and confidence to live life unmodded. When Santi learns the truth, she's still attracted to Austin and asks her on a date. Gradually, the relationship unfolds as they deal with friends, family, and the emotional conflicts that come with every romance. Together, they will learn to grow in a story that reminds us no matter how technology evolves, we remain always human. Um, so, if you're into sci-fi and that sort of thing, um, this is one to check out, and it is by Ari North. Next graphic novel is Snapdragon. A peek of the art of this one. Snapstown had a witch. At least that's how the rumor goes. But in reality, Jax is just a Crocs-wearing internet-savvy old lady who sells roadkill skeletons online. It's creepy, sure, but Snap thinks it's kind of cool too. Snap is a favor from this old woman, though. She begins helping Jax her strange work. Snap gets to know her and realizes that Jax may in fact be real magic and an unlikely connection to Snap's family past. So, if that seems interesting to you, check out Snapdragon. Okay. And next is The Deep Dark Blue. This one's by Nikki Smith. After a terrible political coup usurps their noble house, Hawk and Grayson flee to stay alive and assume new identities. Hannah and Grace. Desperation and chance lead them to the Commission of Blue, an order of magical women who spin the threads of reality to their will. As twins learn more about communion and themselves, they begin to hatch a plan to average their family. To avenge their family and to retake their royal home. Hawk wants to return to his old life. Grace struggles to keep the threads of her new life from unraveling and realizes she wants to stay in the one place that will allow her to finally live as a girl. It help if I read my own notes. But this is a cool one. Deep Dark. This. Oh. Next one is Magic Fish. This one's cool. I'm gonna take this one home too. But so the magic picture. Still life realized in a fairy tale. But Tim always enjoys reading his favorite stories with his parents, books he borrows from a local library. It's hard enough trying to communicate with parents as a kid, but for Tyne, he doesn't even have the right words because his parents are struggling with their English. Is there a Vietnamese word for what he's gone through? Is there a way to tell him he's gay? A beautifully illustrated story follows a young boy as he tries to navigate his life through fairy tales. Instant classic that shows how we all are connected. The Magic Fish tackles through subjects in a way that's accessible with readers of all ages. It teaches us that no matter what, we can all have our own happy endings. That's the Magic Fish. Okay, got 3 more for you. Next one's called Witchlight. This is a cool one too. So this is about Lily, the witch, as she blows through as she blows around one day, kidnapping the peasant girl Sanja. The unlikely pair grow more entangled as they travel together, looking for the missing half of Lilik's soul, the source of her true magical abilities. Both women are seeking to learn in their own ways how to be whole again. This book collects the serialized story into one volume, including the heart-gripping conclusion and other new material. So this is, a comic that they put into one graphic novel. So that's Witchlight. Next up is You Brought Me the Ocean. This is a book too. Jake doesn't swim, not since his father drowned. Luckily, he lives in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which is the middle of the desert. Yet he yearns for the ocean and is determined to leave his hometown for a college on the East Coast. But his friend Maria wants nothing more than to make a home in the desert, and Jake's mother encourages him to always play it safe. There's nothing safe about Jake's future. None he's attracted to Kenny Lou, swimming captain and rebel against conformity. And certainly not when he secretly applies to Miami University. Jake's life begins to outpace a small town namesake, which doesn't make it any easier to come out to his mom or Maria or the world. But Jake is full of secrets, including the strange blue markings on his skin glow when in contact with water. What power will he find when he searches for his identity? And will he turn his back on the current? Will he turn his back to the current or dive first into the waves? And the last one is Girl Haven. Then this one's really cool too. I'll show you. Girl Haven. When seventh grader Ash, his crush Eleanor, and their friends are transported to a girl-only imaginary world, Ash must come to terms with the fact that he may actually be a transgender girl. Full of wonder, humor, and heart, Girl Haven is the newest original story from the author of Lumberjanes, which is another really graphic novel. 3 years ago, Ash's mom, Kristen, left home and never came back. Now Ash lives in the house where Kristen grew up. All her things are there. Her old room, old clothes, and the shed where she spent her childhood creating a fantasy world called Caritas. Ash knows all about Caritas, how it's a haven of girls with men or boys allowed, and filled with fanciful landscapes and creatures. When Ash's friends decide to try going to Caritas using one of Kristen's spellbooks, Ash doesn't think anything will happen. But the spell works, and Ash discovers that the world Kristen created is actually a real place, with real inhabitants and very real danger. But if Chris is real, why is Ash there? Everyone has always called Ash a boy. Ash uses he/him pronouns. Shouldn't the spell have kept Ash out? And what does it mean to let Ash in? That's Girl Haven. So those are all the books I want to share with you. As I said, are available here at Sachem Library and available in Suffolk County. So you can always request it, and they'll give you a notification when they come in. And we do also have Overdrive and Hoopla. I didn't check those services, but they also have book available. Overdrive does our e-audio and ebooks, and Hoopla does graphic novel. They have a lot of graphic novels you download and read on a device. So yeah, so let us know if you've read those or if you have a new favorite LGBT books. And want to know even what is your favorite LGBT book of all time? You can put it in the comments below. And also, if you're wondering about their queer books, we have in the teen department we have a book list. It is available on our website or in the department of a bunch of cool LGBT books. So if you're looking to read, you can check that out. So if you're like me, you're kind of bored with everything that's in your house. So if you're looking for something new to do besides read, we have a few things at the library you can do. And I think at the previous GSA meetups, we always would bring the pen machines. So those are available in a limited capacity. So you could always request a print job through our studio webpage. I'll just drop that chat. So if you wanted to upload, you select your images that you want and submit requests through the webpage, and they will be made, and we'll tell you when it's done. Through the studio page too, there's 3D printers and engravers that you can also supplies. Get things made and create through. Oh, and we also have it's a new initiative called the Library of Things, where you can check out things like laptops and ukuleles and a whole bunch of outdoor games, some photo equipment, green screen, one of those cricket cutting machines, so many different things. I'm gonna post that page too. We have like audio version. We even have a real player you can check out from the library, and so it's something you want to do. Change it up a bit. So back to the pens. We have different sizes. You can make sort of different characters. If you wanted to make pronoun pins, you can. So these are like the 2.5 inch. There are different sizes. This is a 1 inch one. You can make. You can do your favorite bands, your favorite anime, favorite queer heroes, whatever you want. So yeah, so check out those web pages, and you can start creating today if you want. Another thing we have made recently is we have what's called the movie party. So we have 25 different movies that we've created activities for. Some you may like, because I know some I did create some of them. Some I have some of my favorite queer like side characters in. But so you can either go to our website, I'll link that, or you can come in and pick one of these up. And just different activities, coloring pages, word searches, trivia, all sorts of different things. And it's different for every movie. But let me link for you as well. That's this. And speaking of coloring pages, I just made for you all some new pages for Pride Month coming up. So just something fun you can do on the side. It's LGBT people of note, some fierce drag queen, just a general thing, just to keep it busy. You kind of learn something too. you can come into the library. We have them in the teen room. I also post a link where you can download them, and you wanna, if you're able to print them out yourself, you can do so. That there. Um, oh, the next I wanted to share with you all is um, had we've done work with the LGBT network in the past, and they are doing their annual uh, LGBT prom. Um, they did it last year, even in the pandemic, and it was all on Zoom. It's gonna be on Zoom again this year, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can sign up at the LGBT Network's website. Um, I'll put that in the chat for you all. There's a drag queen that's going to MC. There's going to be some great music played. It's fun, and you get to not miss out on your LGBT prom. And they're also doing. They also run Long Island Pride. Doing it in person this year in Eisenhower Park. They are the live performances. It's going to be limited, so you have to get a ticket ahead of time. And you have to be vaccinated in. But it's going to be on June 13th, and the prom June 4th. So it's coming up. So sign up as soon as you can for either. They're going to be fun, and we hope to see you there. Next up, I want to ask you all if you wanted to share your coming out story or a story related to your identity, or if you had any kind of LGBT art that you wanted to share with us, because all through June I'm going to do a whole bunch of posts on social media throughout the month for Pride Month. I'm going to do LGBT people of history. So if you want to send me your favorite person in history, you do so. You can email me those, and put me on the beginning of the chat. So yeah, think about it. Get in touch. You want to be a part of that. You can also just follow our Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, um, whatever for all updates on that. I'm Sachem Library on all those platforms. Oh, and I forgot to talk about books. I want to talk about the books. We have some reading coming up, and it's a little different than previous years. There's going to be a website on our page. It's not up yet, that you can sign up, and then you're going to get a bookmark where you're going to set your books. 3 books will complete complete summer reading club. To sign up for teens at least, you're going to get a bag. It's going to be full of a whole bunch of stuff, which we're telling you what it is. So the bag, you'll get a sign up. You get this bookmark. You're going to fill out. You can submit it completed either by email or drop it off. And you'll get tickets for a raffle. You can read up to 5 books for 5 raffles. We are then going to have a raffle, and you can win one of 30 prizes. Some of the prizes are a Nintendo Switch, an Echo. We're giving away a ukulele, giving away a whole art kit, Bluetooth speakers, headphones, games, other game supplies, gift cards for Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, all the services. So it'll be really cool if you can win. And then, as I said, read up to 5 books, you get up to 5 chances to win one of those 30 prizes. And as always, you can check out our newsletter, which has all sorts of things in it, all the information. The department has their own second side, and so stay tuned for that. So my question for you is: do you would you want to meet in person next time? We usually meet in a couple months, so next go around, maybe we can come here and hang out in person. Is there anything you're looking for specifically or that you need from us? Let us know. We're always here for you. So yeah, let us know. Yeah, that's all I had from you. So for any questions, let me know. Again, you can always email me or anyone in the teen department. You can check out our website just for any general information. Posted some specific stuff for y'all. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I hope you're all doing well and always working, so you can always come in and say hi, pick up a book or not. If you don't feel comfortable in the building, you can always do curbside pickup. And almost all of our stuff is available, virtually or not. We have our summer programs coming up. We're doing a mix of in-person and virtual programming, so options for everyone. And we'll be around the schools too, so we might do in person, do our spiel about all of our stuff that's coming up. So again, let us know if we can do anything for you. We miss everyone, and we'll see you soon. And we hope you care and stay safe. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.